Welcome back to Daydream Manor Flower Farm. I'm Dawn, the owner. If we're meeting for the first time, I live in Zone 8B in South Louisiana. I'm also flower farming for the second year, and I'm in my 50s. And sometimes it just kicks my butt. And so I share openly about the aches and the pains and all of that that's happening. So glad you're here today. Let's get started. I have been meaning to get out here and do a garden walk for weeks now. And every time I try to do it, something else in life just comes along and just throws me off my game. So that's what I want to concentrate on today. I just want to take you through, show you my growing space, do a little bit more of a close-up on the flowers, because if you watched my last video, you know that we have some expansion plans coming up. So let's see what I'm working with right here so you can get an idea of the before, and then you can follow me with the after. All right, currently I am growing on 13 rows that are 3.5 feet wide by 70 foot long. So that's what I'm growing on. Now this does house our vegetables as well, for our home and what we share with our family. So it's a mixture. Let me just show you around here real quick. So flowers are right here, these three. This row just was pulled up. I think I talked about it in a previous video. This was my anemones and some more ranunculus. And so what you should know is once it hits above 80, ranunculus, they just do not like the heat. So they had to go, got that done. Still need to burn holes in all of this. Big job here. This is what I spent a couple of days on. I got all those sweet peas pulled out of there. Those have been just a pain in my behind, and so they were choking out. I have some loofah and some gourds planted there, so I'm hoping now that that's all open, those loofah and gourds will really start coming in. I've talked about this before. Yarrow is a cool season flower. It has bloomed very late again, very late this year. I planted it back in November, so it's coming along. I'm happy it's here though, because I really love yarrow. It makes such a beautiful addition in an arrangement. As we walk through my honeywort, I absolutely love honeywort. This is starting to die back. I did cut some back and it is growing again. So I think I'm gonna leave this. That is gonna be my signature filler. I think everybody needs a signature filler. You see the bumblebee? Okay. So starflower, dara, all of this is starting to grow. This is my experimental row. I have some other things just kind of happening here. This was some Mexican marigolds. Not real happy with those. I think I bought the wrong variety, but that's all right. I have celosia over there growing. Straw flowers. I've talked about this before. Last year, I had no problems with straw flowers. Germination was amazing, beautiful, growing. This year just sucked. So I came out here the other day and I have a problem. As you can see, I have DE, diamethyous earth, sprinkled on them because I found some bugs. After I did some research on the bug itself, DE does not work, but I did find an organic pest control solution. I had to order some things that should be in a day or so, and then we're gonna spray them and see what happens. But let me show you what they are. These. Can you see them? I'm trying to zoom in on them. They are leaf-footed bugs. And what they do is they attach onto your plant and they suck the sap out of them. So look right here. This plant was healthy. It was healthy. Look at this. See how it's laid over? So it has damaged that straw flower. So I'm going to take care of that. Hopefully, I've been out here picking them off and killing them. They're just a pain. And they lay and they have babies, and there's like a lot of them. So that's just, ugh. All right, so with just these rows going, I do have enough to keep up with my bouquet subscriptions, my specialty arrangements that come in. So for birthdays, graduations, I have 8 arrangements I got to make for a graduation party. I actually had an order. Somebody asked me to make a small arrangement to go in a mausoleum, in a vase in a mausoleum. I had no idea what what the dimensions were. I had to Google that, but was able to make that. Yeah, look at this large sunflower. So Mr. Daydream is 6 foot tall, and he had to pull it over to look at the top. That's how tall that thing is. I'm about to cut it because it's finally peeked open. So vegetables are looking good. Last year I got zero squash or zucchini out here. It really was awful. We had vine borers. This year though, if you look, let's see, is it this row? If you look, you'll see, like, there's some squash. Oh, there's one over there. Saw a zucchini. So we've already harvested a couple of zucchinis. My tomatoes are actually looking good. We did put hay down. It doesn't look like it, but yeah, I swear I've been out here putting hay down. I mean, you can see it in the tomato row. It's just a lot to keep up with and a lot to do. So I have some peppers over here, some big sunflowers with the roasting heads actually. These 2 rows we finally covered. I've got to get holes burnt in them because I have some things I need to get in the ground. The rest of this row, I've got to get it finished tilled up because I've got more dahlias to go here. So it's a lot happening, but it is enough for me right now to keep up with the demand. All right, the garden tour is done. I feel like that is like a major accomplishment for me. So I hope you enjoyed seeing our flowers that are blooming and what vegetables we have growing. But before I end this video, I just want to say, I want to end on a word of encouragement. So we know we are living in a very different time. We talk more about food insecurities, shortages, and food scarcity. So I do believe that learning to grow your own food is very important. I do believe that it is part of sustainable living, and it is a skill we need to pass down to younger generations. For me, it is going to be the foundation of how we move forward on our farm. So what I want to say is if you are thinking about starting a farm, whether it's to grow flowers, grow vegetables, raise animals, whatever it is, take the first step. If you are in a small space and you don't have any green area, I do have a video on container gardening, and there are a lot of them out there about how you can get started growing your own food. So being self-sustaining is very important for us here on the farm. That includes doing some other things that we'll talk about at a later date. So I appreciate you being here with me today and taking a walk with me through my garden and listening to my ramblings. Until we meet again, my friends, I hope you're turning all of your daydreams into a reality.